Hi, and welcome to Mom Boss Chronicles. We are your host. I am Jen.
I'm Sue.
And we are empowering and inspiring people through meaningful conversations. So make sure to like and subscribe to listen to great content weekly.
Welcome to Mom Boss Chronicles, guys. We have a special guest here today, Kristie Ferrugiaro. She is the author of Saga of the Selenixies, Collapse of the Crystal Fortress. And we're so excited to have you here today to talk about your book. We were reading the recap that you shared of us of kind of your inspiration behind the book. And I love that, you know, you've pulled in your like the life that you are living with your three boys as part of like the motivation behind the story. So I was hoping you can share with us and the rest of our listeners about, you know, kind of what was like even just the spark. Like, where did it start? How did you kind of start your journey in becoming an author and writing and your imagination?
Well, I thinking about it, I've been writing for a really long time. Like I wrote for my elementary school newspaper, and I wrote poems in high school. And actually my first job out of college, I worked for a paper writing about nuclear power plants.
Oh my gosh.
And then, kind of life happens, and I got married and had kids. And then it was during COVID that I decided I wanted to really write a book. And originally I started writing a book about being a mom and all the funny things that happen. But we was during COVID and we were locked in the house, and I felt like I just started complaining, and I was like, I don't ever want anyone to think I complain about my kids.
But there's three. Yeah, but there's three boys.
But you were home with three boys.
Yeah.
I
mean,
mean,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I have three sons. At that point, they were, I think, 12, 7, and 2 or 3, something along those ages.
Yes. A lot of energy.
So I just felt like it started to be not as fun as I wanted it to. And my youngest and I, where the other two had schoolwork to do, so they were on their laptops, my youngest and I started building fairy garden. And instead of doing it out in the yard, we brought it inside so that we could play with it all the time. Oh. So, and then the other boys had gotten involved, and they built theirs in Tonka trucks, and and then I had ordered dragons and knights, and so mine was pretty and purple and glittery, and we had dragons and knights and Winnebagos and Airstreams, and we built this whole village. And that's where I kind of got the idea of writing about fairies, essentially. And it kind of all spun out of me and my youngest son's, just our imagination of sitting there and playing.
I love that. So you created a world, a world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take up your whole living room, or was there a special room dedicated to everything?
It was in my living room. It was really funny. I had a library table, when you first walked in the hall, and we took the whole bottom of it and we started building out all the houses in the village on the bottom, and then it started on the top. So it was a way so that we could keep going back to it, and while everybody else was doing school and everything else that was going on. So
what a fun mom thing to do. Oh my gosh, that is so fun and exciting for them to even think back on their childhood, that you sat and created this whole world for them to explore and be creative, especially during a time where it was stressful. We were stuck inside. Yeah.
I appreciate so as a mom who I don't have an overactive imagination, my son wanted to sit down and play, whatever with the toys. I'm not great at that, so I admire so much that is just who you are as a person, and that you created that for your sons, because as Jen said, I mean, these are core memories that your child and children are never going to forget, not to mention that it also inspired a book. So the title, is that what the fairies are? How did you come up with the title of the book?
Well, I didn't, there's a lot of rules when you get into fairies and nixies and sprites and pixies and stuff. So I decided that I didn't want to deal with anybody's rules. I wanted my own set of rules.
I would have never have thought of that.
And so, because a lot of it goes back to folklore.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I'm just going to create my whole own thing.
Yes.
So that's when we came up with the Selenixies. And selenite it's a crystal that it's named after the reflection of the moon, and the goddess Selene is the moon goddess. And so it all kind of tied together of them being moon lovers and that they kind of always like partied under the moonlight.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of their thing. So Selenixies kind of just all like it all wrapped it all
I
together.
think I'm a Selenixie.
Right? I want to party under the moon.
Yeah, me too. Like, can we come?
Yeah. Oh, there's always treats. Always treats. Chantal likes to make treats and bake for everybody. So there's lots of treats.
Then we are definitely in for that for sure. So in terms of, like, I guess building out your book, I mean, do you kind of go about I guess the way I learned as when younger, like, do you do an outline, like, did you kind of like, how was your process of sitting down and creating?
Well, I started basically with almost like a dump. I just kind of sat there and typed and typed and typed and typed and typed and just, so there was lots of multiple ideas that kind of came out. And then I worked with with Inspired Girl, a publisher. And then we kind of went through, and then from there we built an outline out from the original dump, because there was a lot of, it was all kind of all over the place.
I know you had all these thoughts and ideas in your head. So I love it. You got it out. Because how many times people just think about it and don't get it out, and then you kind of forget it. And I know that was awesome that you were able to like put a pen to paper and just get those ideas.
That's what we did. And then I started with characters, and I gave them personalities and them what they look like and names, and then I had one set of names, and then I decided to change all their names to something else. So it just kind of, and then I kind of built the outline around like the original idea and the whole like dump, and then we kind of formulated it kind of to go in like a perfect arc, like a hero's journey.
Oh, I love that.
So, yeah.
Did your children have input on like the characters or the storyline and plots?
A little, but like if you know my kids and you start to read the characters, you will see each one of my kids in a different character.
That's amazing.
So you'll be like, oh, that one's her oldest, or that one's her middle son.
Yeah.
So you can definitely see a lot of their personalities that have come out in some of the characters.
That's awesome.
And have your boys kind of helped, they like touting like, my mom's an author and this is the book, you should buy it? Are they like your biggest cheerleaders or what?
They are, especially my little one. My littlest one, he tells everybody. He's like, oh, my mom wrote a book. Did you know my mom wrote a book? My mom wrote a book. So I know he's only 10 now. So and then he tells everybody that the book, he inspired the book.
Yes,
and,
of course.
And then he comes in all the time and he's like, are you writing? I'm like, I am. He's like, I think you should put dragons in this book. And I think in the next book, you should put this. He has a whole like plan.
He's an author. It sounds like he's going to write a book. That's so cool.
Yeah, him and I have been working on a couple of things, but he has plans on what he thinks I should put in going forward.
I love that.
He's your creative director.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so sweet. And I love that, you have that bond with him, the creative bond together that, and obviously is going to probably inspire him as well to follow in your footsteps.
Yes. He wants to write comic book stuff.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess, for like that age range. Like my son loves the Diary of a Wimpy Kid and all the ones that like the visuals on it. Yes. And they're so fun. I mean, I don't remember having books like that when we were little. No. And I think it's a really great way to inspire young children to really get into reading, because I mean, I love to read, and it's like, so maybe I don't have an imagination off my own, but like reading is like such a beautiful,
it opens a world.
Oh my
gosh.
When you get caught into a book and you're in a whole new world, it's pretty incredible.
It is.
Yeah. So
I read a lot too.
So the stories in the book, you were saying how it has a lot of teamwork, right? And like resilience to it. And are those like lessons you wanted children to know, like, and teach them about working together and going through trials and tribulations?
Absolutely. So the book, the characters are thrown out of their like perfect harmony of a world, and they have to go through 7 different challenges, which are all based off the chakras, the 7 chakras.
Oh my gosh.
So they go through these 7 different challenges, and each one teaches them to work with each other's strengths and weaknesses. And there's a quote from Mother Teresa that my girlfriend had said to me about our sons years ago was like, I may not be able to do everything and you can't do everything. I may not be able to do everything that you can do and you can't do everything that I can do, but together we can do it all. And that was one of the main themes throughout the whole book, was like, there are people out there who may be different than you, but if you use your strengths and their strengths together, you could be unstoppable. And, you know, that was the whole kind of idea that, you know, you have to, you know, get to know people. And that's how, you know, the best teamworks kind of, you know, come together. And that's what, you know, some of the characters in the book, they didn't quite understand each other.
Because they're different, but yeah, if you can celebrate each other's differences.
Exactly.
Use it for good. Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you hear that, world?
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
What a powerful message for young readers and adults. Like
Totally.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people are like, oh, we're like your point. We're different. We don't get along. We don't have the same mind frame. But like we talk about this too. Your strengths and my strengths are different, but together it works very well. And like, that's the whole point of teamwork, is like pulling that together.
Absolutely. That's how the whole world goes round. Everybody needs to kind of work together. And that's the main theme of the book, is the friendship and the teamwork and working together and realizing that, you know, you need each other. And, you know, as they worked together on each task was different, and it took different characters in order to complete that task. And at the end, you know, great things happened. So.
And is there is this like number one of a trilogy, or are you going to write more in this series?
It's intended to be one of 8.
Oh, that's
awesome. Oh, I love this.
So this will be number 1, and the next 7 will go through the 7. They'll each be based off of a different one of the chakras. So you'll see, like the first one, they're in one of the first challenges. They're in Earth, and so the first,
like grounded, like
you can go through the chakras. Can you?
Like the root chakra. So like the first book will be based off of the root chakra, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then a bunch of the dump that I did, the original, is in this book of and then the character of Christian, my son, is actually in this book, and how he helps them go forward.
That's awesome.
So yes. There's a lot of sciencey stuff too, like multiverses and different realms. And
oh my gosh, I feel like that's been so popular lately, talking about that.
Yes.
With different realms, and
So it's so kind of, you know, popping in and out of portals and.
Oh my God, sounds amazing.
Did you do like research, like, I don't know, research on different ways to describe the different portals or multiverses or things like that? Like,
I have, you know what, it's funny, I got a lot of my string theory thoughts from like, you know, the Big Bang Theory. And so I've been doing research on like what constitute a multiverse, and that'll be kind of in the next book, like the definition, so it's actually understands what it is. It says, especially since it is a middle grades book, there'll be, you know, some definitions and some explanation in there, just so that if you don't know what it is, you know, you'll be able to understand it. Yeah.
Funny, I saw something on Instagram just yesterday about multiple universes, and like theory that, you know, there's 2 kind of overlapping on like the edges of them, and they're overlapping on each other. And I'm like, just
is that like metaphysics or something, right? Or quantum something?
Yeah, it's like quantum physics. Yeah. Yes. Well, it's like the idea that there are multiple planes all happening at the same time in just different like layers.
Yeah.
And who knows? I mean, crazy, right?
And you know what the best is? Because it's fantasy, I can make it all up.
Of course.
It's all true.
Beautiful and then it turns into reality. You know, I don't know. But in the meantime, it's a really fun subject to pull off of as inspiration for your book. Yeah. I especially love the whole chakra.
I know.
Realm. I mean, because
well, all the characters are a lot of their personalities come from different crystals. If you the very beginning of the book, it talks about how, oh goodness, Selene placed each one of the Selenixies in a crystal, and then she created a selenite storm that actually had them emerge from the crystal, and that's how the Selenixies began on their planet of Lumina. So they just kind of emerged. They, you know, and so they took on the qualities of the crystal that they
the energy.
and the energy. Yep.
So cool. I feel like crystals have been such a popular thing that we've talked about too. I definitely believe in crystals and energy. Like I wear them. I don't have any on me now, but I love shopping for crystals based on the energy that they can provide.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to go shopping.
I know, right?
We're all going to have to meet up and go.
So your target audience or age demographic for this, is it middle school?
Yeah, it's more of a middle grades book. I mean, anybody could read it. I've had adults read it and they really liked it, but it is based on like a middle grade level. Yeah.
That's
and it's a chapter book. So it's got multiple chapters in it. And it's not really too thick of a read. It's a good read for a middle grade book.
Yeah. Perfect. I could see it being a movie.
That's what I was actually
God, yes.
thinking, especially coming up with the saga of it and doing, 7 other additional books. And especially with Netflix coming to the area,
Yes,
I mean, how amazing would that be? I mean, obviously you would go for that. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I would love it to be a movie. It would be perfect. And there's a lot of, I like to write in dialogue.
Okay. Oh, so script writing would be like perfection.
Yes. They kind of like, I don't know. It's like my overactive imagination. Just like when I name characters, they just kind of start talking. And so there's a lot of talking.
I always wondered about, because like, again, like I said, I don't have that kind of thought process or imagination, but I'd love to hear, like, it just comes to you. It's like almost like pouring out of you.
It does. And once I give something a name, it just starts. Like flowing. They just start talking. But I think that comes back from when I was little. I used to play with Barbies. And like all my Barbies had like backstories, like where they came from.
I love that.
So I think, and they all had different names and nobody was actually named Barbie. Everybody had, a different name. So
you were detail oriented. I love that. Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of it came from. So when this came, I was like, oh, it's just the same idea.
Yeah.
I'm just writing it all down now. So
that's so cool.
Are you doing any events to promote the book or anything along those lines?
Well, I haven't. I did one last year, but I moved. So I'm in Florida. I'm not in New Jersey.
Oh,
how is it in Florida?
I'm sorry.
How is it in Florida?
Freezing.
Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's cold here too.
So cold.
And you're like, we left New Jersey for the cold.
Exactly. We get a couple of December, January, February. I'm more northern Florida. I'm up by St. Augustine.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So, yeah. We get seasons, and so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But I haven't really done much down here, and I need to.
Yeah. Get the word out.
Yes.
It would be so fun to do an event, like even if you coordinated with like a local vendor that sells crystals and stuff like that. Like that would be so cool. Yeah.
I did last year. What did we do? I did a couple of the like the Christmas markets.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
This is a great gift. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good Christmas gift. So I did a couple of the Christmas markets. But yes, a crystal store would be perfect.
Right? How fun would that?
Yeah.
We'll fly down. Let us know.
Right.
Come visit. We'll go to St. Augustine.
Oh, that would be awesome. And how long would you say it took you to write the book? So from the thought until even the brain dump and then organizing it with the publisher, was that like a couple of years in the making?
It was about, I'm going to say 2.5 years. It took about 2.5 years.
That's awesome.
We were very specific and we were very intentional in a lot of the things we put in the book. We made sure that everything was extremely visual. So when you're reading it, you're seeing like you're seeing the world. And, I described like everything so that you can actually feel like you're part of it. You're like in the world and you can see everything that's going on. So yeah, it probably from start to finish, it was about 2.5 years. I mean, we were same thing. We were very specific with our editors to make sure that it was all like, it was good for kids to read.
Yes. It must have been such a labor of love, right? Like pouring over every page again and again. Yes. So it was fun. It was definitely an adventure. Yeah. And in the whole process of this, I moved. Oh my gosh.
Like throw that
and 3 kids. Yeah. So 3 kids and a move.
In new schools and new sports and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But you know what? Us moms could do anything.
Yeah.
We can make it happen no matter where we are.
How was the transition for the boys when you guys moved?
My older two, surprisingly, it was much easier for them.
Yeah.
My youngest one, he misses Jersey more than the other ones do.
Yeah.
Oh, like a little bit more sentimental for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, it's a little different. Like, we were in a little town in New Jersey. Here, the area is a little bit bigger. The school is bigger.
Yeah.
So he was the only one, even now. Like, I think if I said to him, we're moving back to Jersey, he would be like,
let's go.
The other two would be like, no way.
No.
We're Florida. Yeah. And are they involved in sports and everything?
They are. My oldest plays lacrosse, and my middle one is more of a football kid. He likes football. He plays lacrosse as well, but he's more of a football kid. And now my youngest decided that he wants to ride horses. He wants to be in the rodeo. So
that's very so cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're exploring that path. That's not something I know anything about.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Maybe there'll be a rodeo book in the future.
Yeah.
But what an awesome mom that you're open to it. You're like, whatever, we'll figure this out.
We'll figure it out. Whatever you listen, as long as you love what you're doing, I will do anything you want. As long as you love it. I can always find some place to sit and write and read. So it doesn't make a difference what sport we're doing.
Right. If it's at football practice or horse rodeo practice,
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as you love what you're doing, then I love what you're doing. And we'll figure everything else out.
I love that.
I know I feel like half the battle is just encouraging our children to really follow their true passion.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
I feel like you, by writing this book, is giving them that path to show them, look, mom followed her passion. She's still following her passion. She's making it happen, and you should do it too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Being a happy mom.
Yeah. So are you in the process of creating the second part of this series?
I am.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, but I decided to take them all on at one time. And,
of course.
I've So I have like outlines for everybody. So I've just kind of been filling in as the moment comes, like a big chunk of each one of them. So I don't know how I'll figure it out, but they all may come out at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be very cool.
I know. So,
a big drop, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like with young readers, like once they get their hands on something, they want to just keep diving into it. So that's so cool that you'll have more for them to follow up with.
Yeah. So that's kind of the plan, is to like pump the next ones out like on top of one another. But it's a work in progress. And then I have other things that I work on too, because I just like to write. So
what else are you working on?
I've worked on a couple of like a little romancy stuff, kind of a feel-good book about a granddaughter and a daughter, or grandma and granddaughter. Sometimes my brain just can't focus on one thing, and it just goes off on another path. I had this idea yesterday about a Christmas cake, so I don't know where that is going.
Okay.
But yes, I woke up thinking about like a specific Christmas cake. So I don't know.
But you're going to have to design. Yeah.
Yes. And a story around it. So,
oh my gosh. So cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll keep that in more middle grades, even go a little younger, go older. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it starts to pan out as it goes.
Can you see yourself, I guess, writing for all ages, younger and then older too? And
yeah. I'd like to write some more, a few adult books as well as, some kids books. I started out wanting to write kids books, and as I said, we went from kids books to a nonfiction, which the nonfictions were, I don't know, maybe I would go back to those because it was kind of fun writing about it, about the silly things that the boys did when they were kids.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sure you have tales, lots of stories.
Oh yeah. There's so many. So I don't know. Yeah, I like writing a whole bunch of different things. So I kind of just.
I could see that being a good book, like a fun stories about raising 3 boys, and all the craziness they put you through.
Oh, absolutely. And trying to be I'm extremely girly. And, and all of a sudden I end up with 3 boys. I'm like, okay.
Or no Barbies.
Yeah, like
no
we're playing with
Barbies
fairies.
named Claudia, or
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I keep telling my oldest when he moves out, I'm going to paint his room pink and put all my Barbies up in his room.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my little girl room. And
Yep.
I'm going to go. And he was like, I have to come home from college at some point.
Yes, invite your friends too and let them.
I was like, well, you'll have a pink and purple frilly room. It'll
Right.
be
Yes.
yeah.
It's like,
It'll
let me
be
just
okay.
dream.
Exactly.
You grew up in New Jersey?
I actually grew up in New York. So I grew up in Garrison Beach, Brooklyn, and then I did a little time on Staten Island.
Nice.
My husband is from New Jersey, and when we met, I moved down there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
I miss the food because New York and New Jersey food, you can't find that here.
Yeah.
I miss a lot of the people that I was friends with up there. Don't miss the cold.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't miss, my neighborhood is extremely quiet. So I don't miss the loudness, that kind of stuff.
Like hustle and bustle of like our area.
I don't miss any of that. But I do miss the people, and the kids' friends that they started with when they were younger and people that I grew up with. I still have lots of family that live in New Jersey, that live in New York. So I come up every once in a while to see them. So
Yeah. Well, it's awesome that you took that, leap of faith and you changed it up and were, honoring what you felt was good for you guys.
Yeah, I've wanted to move to Florida since I was like 18.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this was like, my husband retired and I was like,
It's time.
Let's go.
we got to go right now.
What made you guys pick St. Augustine?
Well, we're a little south of St. Augustine.
Okay.
We're in Palm Coast.
Okay.
I looked all over Florida. I was looking for high schools that had lacrosse.
Okay.
And because it's not that as big down here as it is up north. So I was looking for high schools that had lacrosse and someplace that I got all the things I wanted. I wanted a 4-bedroom house. I wanted a pool in the yard. I wanted a garage and driveway and things that I didn't have in New Jersey.
Right.
So
You did your research.
yeah, so we found this kind of little town, Palm Coast, and the high schools had lacrosse, and I found the house that I wanted, and I was like, oh, well,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Trust your instincts. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, so far so good.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's awesome. So where can people get the book if they're interested and want a copy?
It is on Amazon. It is Walmart.com, BarnesandNoble.com. You can go to the website and order one off the website. You can
And
DM
your
me.
Website is your name, right? Or
Yes,
is it?
it's KristieFerrugiaro.com. Yes.
That's awesome. And are you on social media? Can people follow you?
Yes, absolutely. Kristie Ferrugiaro Books on Instagram. I'm trying to think of what the other ones. I think it's just Kristie Ferrugiaro on TikTok too.
Awesome.
We'll be sure to link all of those when we post.
Oh, awesome. But and you can DM me and I can send one to you, or you can go on Amazon and Walmart and all those.
Amazon is so easy.
I know.
It is. It is.
It's scary easy.
Oh my God, it makes life so much easier.
Yes. And would you say this book is good for boys and girls, right? Like it.
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see this being a movie for sure.
Oh, totally.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like just listening to you describe it, I already have a vision in my brain of like what this is like. So
Yes.
Yeah.
definitely going to grab this. I want to read it myself. And my son's still a little young. Maybe though. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
How old is he?
He's 7.
Oh, you know what? I have a bunch of friends who are reading it to their sons.
I love it. Like, as it's
okay.
at night. I want to do that with my son. That's pretty
I like
cool.
that idea. All
Yeah.
right, perfect.
Because a lot of the chapters really aren't that long. So you could take like a chapter a night. I think the whole book is 172 pages.
That's
That's
amazing.
not bad.
That's a fun book
that's
to
like
read.
very quick read.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can, do chapter by chapter. So yeah. and
What
then
a
they
great
can-
quality time to spend with your kid and just go over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is. There's a lot of like hidden Easter eggs that like parents will understand and get, So it kind of makes it fun while you're reading it. You're like, oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Where did you get the idea for the chakras?
We were going through like challenges, like as I was writing the challenges, and it kind of like fell into it. It just made sense. Like it made sense when the characters were based off crystals and that using the chakras and basically the idea of them being like some people, and you'll see like when you read it in certain chapters, certain characters are blocked in a chakra, but others are not, because those are the crystals that kind of react better in that chakra, you know. So you'll see that kind of was like who works better, like in one area and not the other. So it just kind of all flowed together. I don't really know how it kind of came into. It just made sense.
Yeah. And it's so cool because like I've learned about chakras recently, and you know, you could be blocked in like your voice or heart chakra, and like I really do feel like we do have these blockages, and we have to, like, these are lessons ourselves that we have to go through, how to like open ourselves up.
Absolutely. And that's literally what they're doing. They're going through and figuring out how to open themselves up, how to unblock themselves, use the resources that they have around them, which are their friends, to kind of get to the next level. And once they're kind of unblocked, they get portaled out to the next level.
Oh my God, how inspiring.
So cool. I can't wait to read it. I'm really pumped.
Thank you, Kristie, so much for coming on, explaining this amazing book. We hope that inspires people to, you know, buy the book, be creative, and share this story. So
thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you everyone. For having me.
Make sure to like and subscribe for more great content. Have a great day.